ago. And this is not just for me, this is for everybody, because a long time ago can really only be judged by how much time you spent in the world. If you're 5, a long time ago is 6 months old. If you're 80, a long time ago is 10 years old. So let me rephrase that and not say a long time ago. Let me say in the beginning. In the beginning, when you're learning how to write, for me it was yellow Indian notepads with the big chief on the front. I think they were called big chief notepads. Wrote everything in crayon. And there were big letters and they would smear, and I loved it. I could write the word apple instead of draw it. It was so much easier to do. I couldn't draw an apple worth a darn, but I could write the word apple. So I started. These days, I don't know how many times I've written the word apple. Must be 1,000. So what is new? These poems, these poets, these songs everybody sings, they're the same ones that were there in the beginning. The sound of a bird off in the distance. Or crickets, that's the one that comes to me late at night when I close my eyes and I get nice and dark with the dark and the dark and the dark. It's the sound of the crickets. On the savannah maybe, and I don't even know if the savannah in Africa has crickets, but man, I can lay in that savannah and I hear the crickets. Maybe that was the early poem. Maybe the early poem was the sound of an owl on a hot night in some forest where nobody was. There in the beginning. These days I've decided that I'm going to come up with my own mythology. I've seen the ones that are too loud, Tom. I've seen the ones that were already around. I don't believe much of them. So I'll come up with my own. The idea that the world was created when you were born. Not just me. We all populate it. Friends, family, relatives. Same old song, same old mythology. So where do we all come from? Where does that song new begin? Have you heard it? Maybe the song new begins when you try to stop listening and just start hearing the sound of pico de gallo going in a cup a long way off in the distance. The sound of a car driving into the parking lot. The sound of the cash register over at Walgreens ringing because somebody had to have a pack of cigarettes. The sound of half-price doors opening and closing because everybody's giggling about getting new books. They ain't new, they're old, remember? It's new to you. This song's been around. Every poet I ever knew was singing.